going on, Joe fans? Here we are, another review for Duke G.I. Joe Classified Retro Card. And I did notice, just in case you hadn't watched my previous videos, the card stock is definitely a lot thicker on this card compared to the first wave of the retro. So they must have used whatever Marvel Legends is using now. Looking good here in the package. Just go ahead and crack them out. And here we go. So I used a knife to cut around here so I can take some scissors and cut out the file card later. Here you go in the package. And this one also has like the Scarlet. He's got an extra piece back here. So they really designed this well for the packaging. There he is in the plastic. Let's crack him out of the plastic.
In this part of the world, the sun stings like a snake.
Or a cobra. First Sergeant Hauser, G.I. Joe. My friends call me Duke.
Alright, so first impressions. I'm definitely digging it. Looks like they did some upgrades here compared to... So this is our fourth Duke, technically, because we had the two versions I didn't get. One had the gold, and then our Tiger Force that came with the Ram cycle, and now this one. So we'll get into that, but let's take a look at the accessories. You have your... All the retros come with a stand. I don't use that stand because I like this Amazon stand since it's smaller and doesn't take up so much space. But yeah, it looks like... I know 25th anniversary, they had the names there. I don't know if you could print out small enough to put the name there, but these are cool stands. And then finally, like Scarlet, he came with extra hands. So I'm assuming what they did is they did new sculpts for this Duke in Scarlet, hence why they gave him hands, as with the Recondo was a direct repaint from the Tiger Force. You can see it's got wrist articulation there in the hands, which I failed to mention in my Scarlet video, but you got the wrist pivots there, point of articulation. And then he's got like the original. I had the original, so the 83 version was like a mail order, and then the 84 was like a mainline release. This is, I believe this is the 84. I'm not sure how to tell off the top of my head, 83 from 84, the mail way versus the mainline. But anyway, you can see they did a good job of making them look like the 83, 84. Version 2, technically. Well, no, yeah, version 1, sorry. I'm thinking of Hawk. So, version 1 of Duke. And we'll get into the similarities there. But here's the binoculars. I actually have, I think, most of the accessories. I think I have my Duke complete. So there's the original versus classified. And then he's got a knife. Just gonna go right down here. His boot sheath. And he's got pistol. Nice little 9mm Glock looking type pistol. Right there in the holster. And then, yeah, this looks like the same type of rifle they gave Scarlet. So this is reminiscent of like the 80s rifle, I feel. Which is cool. And then the helmet. So the helmet's a little different. So here's the helmet. Oh, I guess I'm actually missing the visor for the helmet. So yeah, they did justice to the helmet as well. I'm just missing the visor apparently, which I think most people are. I think like Black Major is making aftermarket visors. So this helmet will probably be pretty cool because a lot of guys will probably take this helmet to customize to make maybe like some other 82, 83 figures. I think once they Zap and some others had a helmet like this. But a lot of the 82, 83 is pretty much the same, right? 82 is your straight arm And 83 was the 1.5s, which they took the straight arm and added the articulation there in the elbow joint. But anyway, so there's the helmet. And then here is the rifle, which is almost dead on. It's almost like they had the mold somehow and just increased the size. They did little updates, but overall it's looking just like the original. So that's sweet. And then lastly, the backpack. Would have been cool if they would have made this shovel like removable. But so here's the original backpack. And I actually have the US flag on mine. So they did it different though. So they had the shovel facing this way. I guess, well, I can't tell if these were canteens or not. But they just updated the mold for the backpack and made it look better and more modern. Added canteens there. But yeah, looking good. So got a lot of styling cues from the original. If we look at Duke, so yeah, there's the knife was molded in on the original. Then he had the sidearm molded in on the original. Probably cost savings. Got the, I guess that's supposed to be, yeah, there we go. The grenade's supposed to sit up higher. And he's got his airborne badge there. Looks like it kind of wiped away or something. And then yes, this flag is correct. I know people were complaining on the Facebook, but you know, our colors never run away, so that's why it's faced that way. That's how it is in war situations. Or if, you know, it's gonna face, you know, anyway, you get the idea. That's probably why the flag is on the backpack on the original, I guess. Waist belt looks about the same. Collar, even like the different double color there on the collar. You can see it there on the original. The undershirt. Man, yeah, they just did a real good job of looking at the original and just changing out the colors a little bit and modernizing even the boots. The boots look good. So yeah, that's the original from 84. And then here is the Tiger Force. So I can't stand these stupid shin guards, but they just a repaint from the first two that they did. So it looks like, yeah, the boots are different. The legs are different because it doesn't have the pin joints here. The knees. The knees are different because those knee pads are different. Looks like, yeah, so the legs are completely different because obviously you have, then they added the knife holster here. The sidearm holster is different. The arms are different because it doesn't have the pinholes here in the arms. Man, Hasbro's really stepping their game up on these newer figures. The hands are different. And then this piece here, obviously we already indicated the arms are all different. It's kind of deep there. And then the torso. The torso looks like it could have been reused. The head sculpt is different, for sure. Then they gave him a different bandolier. And yeah, the elbows are different too. This one has a watch and the retro doesn't. Then the biceps are different. Excuse me, the forearms, not biceps. The forearms are different. We already established the whole arm is different because these peg holes are different. New one, the retro doesn't have the peg holes. Maybe they reused the neck, but man, they just about resculpted everything on this retro Duke, which is great. It just wasn't a repaint like Recondo. Man, so yeah, this is solid. Look at the articulation here. Little, ooh, it's kinda, it's a little different there on the, having a hard time getting the foot back. So yeah, be careful with that foot, because they did something different on that articulation. As you can see, if you bend it too much, you got a lot of gap there, and must have did it like the newer Marvel Legends with the feet. But anyway, ankle, you got lower leg movement here, double jointed knees as usual, and have your upper leg movement up here. Got good movement in the legs. It looks like they're doing better with the gaps in the waist area. And he's got removable hands like we showed. So he's got the extra hand with the articulation in the wrist. And then he's got double jointed elbows. Upper movement here in the upper arm. Pretty good butterfly on this one. He has no vest or anything restricting. So he's got pretty good butterfly movement there. But some guys are still like, could probably pop this out, and guys are doing some shaving to get better butterflies. They can actually hold rifles and whatnot better. I just haven't been bold enough to try it myself. Then no vest, that's why I can get a little higher than 90 degrees on the arm there. I'm in full rotation again. The only issues, there's no vest restricting. Head movement, right, left, fine. Up, down, he's got good movement. Torso, he's got good range because no vest again in the way. And slight left, right. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, he's got right, left. And then up, down. So he's got real good torso movement on this one compared to some others. Yeah, so you can see, okay, so they did change the torso. I missed that. So they went with this style here to this. So the torso, I was just looking at this piece and not paying attention. So yeah, that torso is changed there. And this one, yeah, this one didn't really have a right-left movement. So they improved the torso. I don't know how I missed that. So yeah, Hasbro's really stepping their game up on the figures, the articulation, and just making improvements as they go on, right? And then I don't know if they're getting it from Marvel Legends and bringing it over, or improving it here, taking the Marvel Legends, or what, but either way, it's nice. So we'll take a look at them in a different view here.
Scarlet, get the dock to safety! Yo, Joe!
So here we are, all geared up. Man, I'm just really digging this Duke. This is really well executed, well thought out. I'm glad they took their time on it, and hopefully we can get some more quote-unquote retro releases. I'm not sure what they're considering retro, like the 82 to 84s, because you know some figures are already quote-unquote looking retro, like the Bazooka release, but I don't know. But it'd be cool if they made like modern and retro versions. Like, you know, we have the modern Duke that came out initially, and then we have the retro version. So those who want a more modern look, and those who want the retro look. Here he is with his mini-me, and then with the Tiger Force. I mean, you can even see at a quick glance there's definitely differences, and obviously, like I said, the resculpt there. And then with Scarlet, And our Action Force comparisons, like I've always said, Action Force fits in perfectly fine with the classified line. And just a random 112 6-inch scale Mortal Kombat Love Sub-Zero. He's in my Ninja shelf, Ninja team with the Rashikage and Storm Shed on them. So I need to see if I can find Reptile and Scorpion. See if they have any other of these at decent price. I got the Sub-Zero off eBay and he actually fit in really well. So overall, like I said, I'm really digging this figure. Hasbro did a good job of execution on this retro style carded Duke, and reminds me very reminiscent of the cartoons and the comic books, and I'm digging it. Highly suggest it. If you're not in love with the previous releases of Dukes, this is the Duke. My favorite Duke of all is the Resolute Duke. That was an absolute greatest Duke figure ever made. 'Cause normally Duke, like, people are like, yeah, whatever, but that Resolute Duke was a fantastic rendition of Duke. Yeah, guys, there we go. Duke Retro. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.